Hello, YouTubers! It's MagicTheGatheringUK here again. And today, Wizards of the Coast have unveiled their latest banned and restricted announcement. Came out earlier today, and yeah, some interesting choices being made here. It will have a huge effect on Standard. Pretty sure none of the other formats have been hit today. It's just Standard. But as you can see, a rather lengthy explanation here from Wizards of the Coast as to why they're banning these cards. I'm not going to go into all of that. Feel free to go read that yourself. I'll put the link in the description below for you to go do that. But I'm just going to talk about what they've banned. They've banned Attune with Ether, the 1 mana green spell that gets you 2 energy and a land into your hand. Rogue Refiner, which is the 3 mana blue green card that is a 3/2, gets you 2 energy and draws a card. They've also banned Rampaging Ferocidon, kind of a weird choice. And Ramanap Ruins. So clearly they're going after Ramanap Red and Team Energy and 4-color energy sort of variants. Now, personally, I'm a huge fan of these bans. I think Standard has been stale for a long time now, a good few months at least. Energy is kind of, as we all know, a very dominant deck right now in Standard. Ramanap Red, on the other hand, although again very dominant, I don't feel like it needed banning as much. I feel like it's a lot easier to deal with than the energy deck. Rampaging Ferocidon is a very weird one for me. Like, I understand that life gain is kind of important against the Ramanap Red deck to survive in some cases, but it's pretty easy to get rid of. Most burn spells, most removal spells can kill it, so apart from things like Shock and Magma Spray, that sort of stuff, but you know, you got Ixalan's Binding, all that kind of stuff. In white especially has a lot of removal for it. So I'm a bit confused about that one, but overall I'm happy with the bans because energy was just not that much fun to play against anymore. I wasn't really enjoying Standard that much because all you do is play against energy all the time. Ramanap Red was also kind of boring to play against. There wasn't enough variation in Standard, so I'm really happy about these bans. A couple of side effects is it does kill the Pummeler deck, which I really love. Attune with Ether is pretty much, you know, needed for that deck to work because you're playing so few lands. You need the Attune with Ether to be able to go grab your lands and sort of make sure you do hit lands, and obviously it gives you incidental energy, which is very important for the Pummeler deck as well. So I'm kind of disappointed about that, but overall I'm really happy with the bans. It should make Standard a lot more interesting. It opens up far more decks, potentially, you know, vampire decks, which were kind of fringe playable. You've got potentially a Merfolk deck if someone can come up with a really good list for that. Maybe even dinosaurs could come and have a good deck in there. So it's interesting to see where it will go. Of course, my big concern is God Pharaoh's Gift. I feel like that deck hasn't obviously been hurt at all by these bans. And also, there's that black card from Rivals of Ixalan, Chukabara something, which seems like a really good fit for the deck as well. So I feel like we could have a problem whereby they're banning these two decks essentially, even though I still feel like the red deck could still be playable. It won't be anywhere near as good because Ramanap Ruins gave it good way to end the game, but I still think it's playable, just not as good. But I feel like God Pharaoh's Gift could take over the format now. Yeah, that's kind of a worry. I feel like they haven't really thought that through as such, but it depends what decks come through. Maybe they've found some decks during R&D which effectively deal with God Pharaoh's Gift, or there's some nice sideboard tech to help against it. I don't know. As I say, this is literally, I've only just found out about this, so I've not put too much thought into what could possibly play against it, but maybe in the comments below you could let me know what you think of God Pharaoh's Gift. Is it going to become the new #1 deck? Maybe Control now has a chance to shine. Maybe we'll see Control decks come out and be on top. Who knows? Who really knows? This really does open it up wide, I think, because energy was so dominant. So yeah, what do you think about these bannings? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? My LGS is kind of torn. There's a lot of people who are kind of annoyed by these bannings because they obviously have the decks. So to sort of lose a lot of value in those decks in the cards you own is always annoying, to say the least. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I'm torn as well. As I say, I really love the Pummeler deck, and this kind of nerfs that quite substantially to the point where I don't think it's playable anymore. But overall, I think it's good for standard. I think it's good for standard. I think we'll see a wider range of decks. At least initially, it could boil down to, as I said, Godfarer's Gift being the best deck, or something else comes along that just overtakes it, and we're back to being a 2-deck format again. But for now, I think this is a great change. It'll be fun for a while to experiment with different decks and see what comes out of it. So there we are. I'm not going to go through all of what they've said here. Apparently, energy was like 40% of the meta or something, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, there we go. That's the banned and restricted announcement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave some comments below. What do you think of this banned and restricted announcement? Is it good for Magic? Is it good for Standard? What decks do you think will come through? Personally, I think we'll see some kind of Merfolk deck. That seems like there's going to be something really strong there. Some really good cards in Rivals of Ixalan, which could push that to the forefront. But that's just my opinion. That and Godfarer's Gift will be up there for sure. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know below in the comments. And yeah, let me know what your LGS think of it as well. Your local scene. Will it affect your local scene? Because I say my LGS is very mixed. I'm for these bans. A lot of people are against it. Kind of very mixed. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again soon for more Magic the Gathering goodness. Bye bye bye!